The best known dinosaurs are taken from a list of dinosaurs that scientists have discovered and named over 1,000 dinosaur species. There is something unique and exciting about each one of them. Let's take a closer look at these popular dinosaurs and why they are so well known. What are the best known dinosaurs? Let's first take a look at a wider view of best known dinosaurs. In the world of dinosaurs, Tyrannosaurus Rex holds the crown for its unparalleled size and predatory inclinations. Trailing behind in renown, yet still quite prominent, is the Velociraptor, known to be smaller in reality than its cinematic depictions. Exhibiting 3 distinguishing horns and an impressive head frill, Triceratops also occupies a high rank in the Dino Hall of Fame. Towering even among its colossal brethren, the Brachiosaurus stands out for its incredible height and elongated neck. Marked by a row of diamond-shaped plates lining its back, the Stegosaurus carves its unique identity. Meanwhile, Pterodactyl, the prehistoric pioneer of flight, basks in its one-of-a-kind attributes. Not far behind is the Spinosaurus, whose sail-like protrusions on its back and menacing size make it one of the largest carnivorous dinosaurs. Triceratops. The most striking feature of the Triceratops has to be its broad skull. It had the broadest skull of all land animals, which covered about a third of the Triceratops's total length. The Triceratops is one of the best-known dinosaurs that were plant-eating and also armored. It is best known because of the distinctive 3 horns and frill, the shield covering the body, which is clear from the Triceratops skull discovered. It's also a most loved dinosaur, as it is depicted in many movies and documentaries. The term Triceratops means head with 3 horns. These dinosaurs existed during the Cretaceous era close to 68 million years ago. Scientists believe that this species constituted the main prey for the T-Rex. Most paleontologists believe that this dinosaur measured up to 10 meters long and a height of about 4 meters. Most specimens discovered in North America suggest that the reptile might have weighed between 5 and 10 tons. The dinosaur is easily recognizable given the presence of 3 horns, with one above the muzzle and the other 2 distributed above the eyes. The horns measured about 1 meter in length. The Triceratops' skin is another fascinating topic because many scientists believe that it was covered with hair. Iguanodon. The iguanodon is among the best-known dinosaurs because it was the second species to be classed scientifically as a dinosaur. The iguanodon was a giant plant-eating dinosaur that existed about 100 million years ago. The creature lived in a large area that encompasses what we currently refer to as Europe, North America, North Africa, and Asia. The creature was about 9 meters long and weighed close to 5 tons. Scientists believe that the animal spent most of its time grazing and moving on all 4 limbs even though it could walk on 2s. Many fossil skeletons of the iguanodon have been found with the thumb in the shape of a sharp spike. Scientists speculate that the thumb could have been used as a weapon against predators. Nodosaurus. The Nodosaurus is a type of ankylosaur that has armor, spikes, and plates to deter predators. The best-known Nodosaur fossil was found in Canada by miners. It is an amazing fossil, which shows full details of armor and spikes. It is because of this discovery that the Nodosaurus is one of the best-known dinosaurs. The Nodosaurus was a plant-eating dinosaur. The main differences between a nodosaur and an ankylosaur were in details of the armor. A nodosaur, which means knobbed lizard, did not have a large club at the end of its tail as the ankylosaur did. It also didn't have plate-like spikes on the sides of its head. The nodosaur had a fine set of armored spikes and plates on its body, and the recent study of the Canadian nodosaur indicates that it had ginger-colored shadings on its body. Armored dinosaurs, like the nodosaur, are unique because they give some insight into how plant-eating dinosaurs were able to fend off predators. Not only that, the discovery that the Canadian nodosaur had ginger colors indicate that armor wasn't enough to keep carnivores at bay, but they use camouflage as well. Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus means roofed lizard. Paleontologists named it in this way because they first had the idea that the dinosaur's plates were positioned flat on its back, similar to shingles on the roof of a house. Current-day thinking is that the plates stood upright across the dinosaur's back. The Stegosaurus is among the best-known dinosaurs for the idea that the dinosaur had two brains, one in its head and the other near the beginning of the tail. The fossil bone hunter Othniel Charles Marsh suggested that because at the end of the spinal cord there was a large space between the hips, it could have been possible that there was a second brain to help coordinate the tail. Current paleontological thinking is that this is entirely false. The Stegosaurus had only one brain, and the extra space in the spinal cord had a different purpose. The tail of the Stegosaurus had four large spikes, which served as a weapon against predators. The Stegosaurus is also known for its battle against predators, namely the Allosaurus. As the Stegosaurus lived in the late Jurassic period, a common misconception is that Stegosaurus battled the Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's not possible because the T-Rex lived in a different time period, the Cretaceous. So, the battle is correctly an Allosaurus against a Stegosaurus. Spinosaurus. Arguably, the Spinosaurus was the largest of all meat-eating dinosaurs, even larger than the Giganotosaurus and Tyrannosaurus, and it is best known for this attribute. It is believed that this species lived during the Cretaceous period, more than 100 million years ago. It roamed the area now referred to as North Africa. Currently, scientists have named two Spinosaurus species based on where their fossils were discovered: the Spinosaurus aegyptiacus and the Spinosaurus mauricanus. Most paleontologists suggest that the Spinosaurus is the largest carnivorous dinosaur ever. It is, however, unclear just how big it was due to incomplete fossils. In 2005, researchers estimated that the dinosaur was about 59 feet long and weighed about 10 tons. Fossil estimates also suggest that the animal's long trunk and neck shifted the dinosaur's mass towards the front. It ensured that the animal could move quickly in water, but it rendered movement on land impossible unless the dinosaur walked on all four limbs. As one of the best-known dinosaurs, it is believed to have survived mostly on fish and sharks that lived along with its river system. Other than anatomical evidence, detailed chemical analyses by researchers also claim that the Spinosaurus preferred to prey on fish. However, in 2004, researchers discovered a tooth belonging to a dinosaur in the Spinosaurus family that had the remains of a pterosaur embedded in it. This discovery suggested that the fish-loving animal also hunted on non-aquatic animals. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Possibly the best-known dinosaur is the T-Rex. The dinosaur's North American heritage and early discovery may explain its position as not only among the best-known dinosaurs, but also the most famous dinosaur being portrayed in many Hollywood movies and documentaries. The Tyrannosaurus family, of which the most popular species is the T-Rex, was the last dinosaur species to appear on Earth about 80 million years ago. The carnivorous theropods lived on the planet for a short time, but they brought about a significant effect on how we understand dinosaurs. It is because more specimens exist from this species more than any other that lived. Bones from about 30 of them, including a few near-complete fossils, have been discovered in North America and no other place on Earth. Scientists believe that the dinosaur might have weighed up to 6 tons. It was, additionally, around 13 meters long, and it had a powerful tail that made this bipedal dinosaur stable. Full-grown adults, which lived up to 28 years, are believed to have been able to run at a speed of 25 miles per hour. It suggests that smaller tyrannosaurids, which were not limited by their large body sizes, could run faster than their adult relatives. Most depictions of the T-Rex imply that it had weak forelimbs. However, they were still about 10 centimeters longer than an average human's arms. Additionally, the forelimbs were quite strong, with two long fingers at the end of the limb. Since it could not reach its mouth using these forelimbs, the hands were used mainly for grappling with food rather than for feeding. Standing at about 4 meters high and 13 meters from tail to head, the best preserved and most complete T-Rex discovered yet resides in Chicago at the Field Museum. Its name is Sue, and its bones are now a permanent characteristic of the museum. Despite what the name implies, experts do not know whether Sue, who was discovered in South Dakota, is female or male. Diplodocus. The Diplodocus is the longest dinosaur discovered from a near-complete fossil skeleton. It is believed that the Diplodocus dinosaur had a long neck used to reach both low and high vegetation. Scientists still debate over how the reptile managed to hold such a long neck. Paleontologists now believe that ligaments that ran from the back of the neck to the hip would have enabled the reptile to hold its neck well enough without using muscles. The backbone is split down the middle, and this space was used to hold ligaments like this. Scientists also believe that the reptile had narrow, pointed spines lining its back. A cast of the dinosaur's skeleton was donated by Andrew Carnegie in 1905 to the Natural History Museum. The cast was based on the specimen fossilized at the Carnegie Museum in the United States. King Edward requested a copy of the dinosaur after seeing a picture of the reptile in Carnegie's Scottish castle. From 1979 to 2017, the cast, which was commonly known as Dippy, was displayed in the Natural History Museum Hinsey Hall. In 1993, the museum decided to lift Dippy's tail from the ground after scientific research showed that the reptile's tail was raised high to balance the size of the neck. The Brachiosaurus. This dinosaur species is a star, featuring in many movies like Jurassic Park. It is also one of the largest land animals to have ever lived. This dinosaur belongs to the Saurischians group. The reptile roamed the Earth between the middle of the Cretaceous period and the end of the Jurassic era, close to about 145 million years ago. The Brachiosaurus measured about 26 feet long and 12 feet high. Its weight oscillated between 30 and 50 tons. Additionally, it had a long neck that consisted of 12 vertebrae of 70 centimeters each. The animal's neck has led to many heated arguments between paleontologists, many of whom argue that such neck sizes would not be sustainable. The Brachiosaurus neck was unusually long even by sauropod standards. The Brachiosaurus is a sauropod dinosaur that existed during the late Jurassic, close to 153 million years ago. Its fossils were first discovered in the United States by Elmer Riggs in 1903. This dinosaur is approximated to have been 21 meters long and weighed about 58 tons. The dinosaur, additionally, had large air sacs in the trunk and neck. These sacs invaded the ribs and vertebrae by bone resorption, thus significantly minimizing the reptile's overall body density. The reptile's neck stood at a slight S-curve, with the upper and lower sections slightly bent and a seemingly straight middle section. The overall body physique of the Brachiosaurus resembled a giraffe more than other living animals. In contrast, other sauropods had a longer hind limb than forelimb. Throughout the 20th century, most scientists believe that all sauropods, like the Brachiosaurus, were too big to support their weight on land. Therefore, they lived partly in the water. However, modern paleontologists have claimed that Brachiosaurus dinosaurs might have been well adapted to live a fully terrestrial lifestyle given their high chest, slender limbs, wide hips, and a short tail. The reptile's body was fit for movement on land.